Negative K, nothing further. Just kitty candy on the corner.
இங்கிலீஷ் தெலுங்கு
Yeah.
இங்கிலீஷ் தமிழ் தெலுங்கு எல்லாம் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி பண்ணலாம் எல்லாம் பண்ணலாம் அப்போ நான் வெல்கம் டு மை வேர்ல்ட்.
First of all, congrats on the success of Irumugan, which is dubbed in Telugu
Yes.
as Inkokkadu.
ஒட்டுமொத்த தமிழ்நாடு ஒட்டுமொத்த ஆந்திரா ஒட்டுமொத்த கேரளா ஒட்டுமொத்த கர்நாடகா all over the world they're celebrating the movie.
What is the biggest challenge of being Chiyaan Vikram?
Rajni sir is a star, MGR was a star, Shivaji sir is an actor, Kamal sir is a star. So I mean is an actor. So I was thinking I didn't want to be an actor or I didn't want to be a star. I wanted to be both. Which is why normally when you see the rat race, when they say 1, 2, 3, 4, my name will never come there. Because they think, no, we'll keep him separate.
யாருமே என்ன rat raceல கவனிக்கிறதே இல்ல அது மாதிரி ஒரு thought process.
See, like a Pawan Kalyan's fan will be a Pawan Kalyan's fan only. A Mahesh fan will be a Mahesh fan. Junior NTR's fan will be Junior. Or Chiranjeevi sir's fan will, you'll never have, you know, they'll go here, go there. It's not like politics.
How did you manage dubbing?
Oh, he'll do that. And then he'll say, Achiryamanal, what my... என்ன சொல்லுவோம் நம்பமோ surprise Achiryamanal, what my...
Looking back, do you think all that effort was worth it? What is the take back for you?
Initially I thought I won't be able to, but suppose there's an alternative and you do, okay, second part ஒன்று பண்ணலாம் வேற மாதிரி பண்ணலாம், I'll get into it. Like I'll think, okay, அதுவே அப்படி பண்ணோன்னா இப்போ இது வேற என்ன பண்ணலாம்.
So Irumugan Inkokkadu பார்த்து வீட்டில் என்ன சொன்னாங்க?
But finally for my wife and all that, no, like it's a huge hit and all the special guests were distributors. அவங்க யாருமே எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச மேட்டர் யாருமே சினிமா பற்றி பேசவே இல்லை. இவர் இப்படி பண்ணாரு, இந்த படம் இப்படி இருக்கு, எல்லாரும் வந்து சார் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் சார் இவ்வளோ இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண சார், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டேவே எனக்கு வந்துச்சு சார் எல்லாம் ஓவர்ஃப்ளோ, தேர்ட் டே வந்துச்சு சார் எல்லாம் ஓவர்ஃப்ளோ. ஐயோ என்னை பற்றி ஏதாவது என்னை பற்றி சொல்ல. I'm living for the weekends.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Vikram Garu. Such a privilege to be sitting right opposite you and doing this. First of all, congrats on the success of Irumugan, which is dubbed in Telugu
Yes.
as Inkokkadu.
Yes.
Right? So what is the state of mind after every release for you? How is the Friday like, the first show?
Naku, it's a good question. I'd like to think I don't react, but actually after a point it gets to, because నాకు ఏంటంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ జస్ట్ అనదర్ రిలీజ్, నాకు నా ఫుల్ జీవితం దాంట్లో పెట్టేస్తున్నాను కదా. సో ఒక్కొక్క ఫిల్మ్ రిలీజ్కి ఒక చిన్న భయం కాదు, సమ్టైమ్స్ లైక్ ఇరుముగాన్ ఇంకొకడుకి ఏమైందంటే ఆర్ ఐ జనరలీ వి డూ ఇలాంటి క్యారెక్టర్స్ లేకపోతే ఒక ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ చేయనప్పుడు ఒక యాంటిసిపేషన్ ఉంది కదా, ఆడియన్స్ ఇది చూసి ఏం చెప్తారా, ఎలా నాట్ ఏం చెప్తారో ఎలా కనెక్ట్ అవుతున్నారు, హౌ మచ్ ఆర్ దే గోన్ అప్రిషియేట్, యూ నో దట్ ఓకే ఇదే మీటర్ వాళ్ళు ఇలా ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తారు. సో యూ వాంట్ నో వెదర్ ఇట్ గో బియాండ్ దట్ ఆర్ ఇట్ ఫాల్ షార్ట్, దట్ యాంటిసిపేషన్ ఇస్ దట్. అండ్ ఆల్వేస్ వెన్ అ మూవీ డజంట్ డూ వెల్ ఆర్ యూ ట్రై టు ఫస్ట్ కొంచెం డినైల్లో ఉంటాము. ఒక ఫస్ట్ 2-3 days వీల్ హియర్ గుడ్ థింగ్స్, వెన్ హియర్ బ్యాడ్ థింగ్స్, ఓకే వాళ్ళు ఏమో ఎందుకు వచ్చి అలా చెప్తున్నారు అలా ఆలోచిస్తున్నాము. తర్వాత we realize it's not, and it does hurt, it does, okay, because it is beyond what we can do, we are not gods. Right. So we try, it's not there is no formula for success. Lakapothe just like that, even hits kuda, all your films you feel they'll be hits, so when it becomes a hit it's really gratified.
Right. So are you constantly looking for what is the next big adventure, because
yes,
that's how your filmography is, right?
Naku always it's like that. Naku if I don't have that very well said, actually it's an adventure. It's like I always say, you know, I wanted to make my hobby my profession, and I don't have to work one day in my life. Idi na profession is my hobby and na dream. So adi every film of mine is an adventure. Every film nenu I'm most happy when without me na lack wherever oka character, wherever oka I become somebody else, వాళ్ళు ఏమో ఒక అడ్వెంచర్లో ఏమో చేస్తున్నారు. ఇట్ కుడ్ బి ఎనీథింగ్, ఇట్ కుడ్ బి ఎ ట్రాజడీ, ఇట్ కుడ్ బి సంథింగ్ ఎక్సైటింగ్, ఇట్ కుడ్ బి అ ఫ్యామిలీ డ్రామా, వాట్ ఎవర్. సో అది ఇట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ గెట్స్ మీ రియలీ. అండ్ నాకు ఎప్పుడు ఇట్ బెస్ట్ అంటే ఒక 6 months, లైక్ ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొకటి 6 monthsతో ఫినిష్ అయింది. In 6 months you finish it and you do 2 characters, you get into 2 things, you come out, now you're like, oh my god, is it over? And you see it on screen, it's a beautiful.
So what is the biggest challenge of being Chiyaan Vikram? You know, it's almost as if everybody expects you to do some great feat each time.
Initially, again I was in denial. I was thinking, okay, I want to straddle 2 horses. I want to do commercial cinema, like commercial hardcore, and perform, you know. And I'm trying to bring both of them together, like in Inkokkadu, where you have you have performance but it's a commercial
Right.
film, or an I where you have performance but it's a commercial, or an Aparichutudu. I try like that. So I got to that. The challenge is, after a point, it's like people feel like, I was thinking, okay, let me try normal roles also. But they don't want normal roles, especially if after an I, when I do a Pathendrathukul or something, they want me to be larger than life, or do something performance oriented. Initially, ledu, it's not that way, na aloచింchanu. Kani I realized that, and I think as a responsibility to myself also, I need to push like how I did now.
Right. So it's உங்களுக்கு எப்போதுமே, is it about building your own identity? That's what you've been doing with every film, right? The kind of scripts that you choose. So
Yeah, it's I don't want to follow anybody's path. Initially, I should think Rajni sir is the actor, MGR was the actor, Shivaji sir is Rajni sir is a star, MGR was a star, Shivaji sir is an actor, Kamal sir is a star. So is an actor. So I was thinking, I didn't want to be an actor, or I didn't want to be a star. I wanted to be both. Like, try to mix, like be a star and be an actor. That's very difficult to do. And I've been trying to. Then I realized, okay, I'll just do something which is why normally when you see the rat race, when they say 1, 2, 3, 4, my name will never come there, because they think, no, we'll keep him separate. Like, okay, he's doing something else, which is what I like. And I think rat race, I don't believe in. And so my identity is doing things. Every time I come on screen, I want that person to become somebody else, and I want them to forget all the other roles I did. And I think to a large extent I've been succeeding in that. Maybe here and there you may see some, but I'm trying more and more to become more and more somebody else. And it's become like I wouldn't say an obsession, it's like my dream come true. I think cinema is what I always wanted to do, acting is what I always dreamt about. Now I'm doing that. So அது பண்ணும்போது எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு பயங்கர சந்தோஷம் இருக்கு.
ரைட். பட் உங்களுக்கு அந்த தாட்டே இல்லையா, லைக் ஓ யாருமே என்ன ரேட் ரேஸில் கவனிக்கிறதே இல்லை, அது மாதிரி ஒரு தாட் ப்ராசஸ்?
No, I know where I am. I know, like, that's what they say. You're not. See, when somebody is doing commercial cinema, there's ups and downs, blah blah blah. For me, it doesn't affect me. Like, when I do have a flop, or I do have something that doesn't do well, there will be a slight slide, but it in no way affects my market, because audience know that always, whenever I come and perform, they know there is something special.
Right.
Well, otherwise, when you're on the thing, you go up and down, and then you'll get a few flops and you're not there. And I know I'm like, everybody knows I'm one of the top artists and like one of the top 3 stars or whatever in Chennai. So it doesn't. It's not like I want to be number one.
You don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, and I don't think it finally, no, each one's, but like, see, like a Pawan Kalyan's fan will be a Pawan Kalyan's fan only, and somebody else's fan will be like a Mahesh fan will be a Mahesh fan. Junior NTR's fan will be Junior, or Chiranjeevi sir's fan. You'll never have, they'll go here, go there. It's not like politics where you're a hardcore fan, and when your staff fails, you go with them, you cry, and you wait for him to come back. You don't think, okay, now I'll go to the other star. You never do that.
Hey.
That's what fans are about. No, it's not about, let me be with a guy with a horse that runs best. You love somebody for something and you want him to win.
Right.
And like, see, initially when I never used to have hits and all that, I met so many people who say, from Meera, we've been watching you 10 years, we wanted you to say, such a huge fan, உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு hit வரும் நினச்சிக்கிட்டே I used to be trying, and finally you got Sedu. So they never let me go. So that's what fans, I think fans are the most beautiful embodiment of love that you can have in the world. Like, you have family, father and mother, you don't have a choice, sister and brother, you don't have a choice, friends are your choice. Fans, you don't choose them, they choose you for what you are. It could be something, maybe you did some nice deed somewhere, maybe the way you looked in a picture, maybe the way you act or the way you fight, you don't know, but they'll come and they'll tattoo your name on the இது அவங்க அதுக்கு பச்சை குத்திக்குவாங்க, இல்லை அவங்க குழந்தைக்கு உங்கள் பேர் வைப்பாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து உங்கள் படம் தான் தீபாவளி. It's not like every day is not Diwali for them. When your release comes, அந்த மாதிரி லவ் வந்து இல்லை, ஐ மீன் அதுக்கு ஈடே கிடையாது இல்லை.
ஆமாம். So let's talk about Irumugan or Inkokkadu. What did you, when you read the script for the first time, what did you think was the motive of love? Was he like the Joker in Dark Knight who wanted to spread chaos? What were your thoughts?
Irumugan, the moment he told me the script, I got very excited. It was a science fiction movie, and I love science fiction, and it's like comics, no? It's really nice. And the two characters were we said, okay, let's have these two guys who are diametrically opposite from each other, and then we started doing this. And I see there's a performance in each role, no? So either the performance, what was the performance? I was thinking I should do two people who are not me, and two people who are so different, like chalk and cheese, and the
Yeah.
which is why like even literally like he has a beard na, he'll be clean shaven. He has short hair na, he'll have long hair. If he's black hair na, he'll be white and black. If he wears only one shirt throughout the film, same jeans and same shoes, shirt matram or thara except excuse me for the flashback, ivar vandu takku maathikittu, and he'll be in only designer wear. His voice, his walk, his ellame different ah iruknom. So we didn't have any either like let's make him like this character or from this movie or you know like a joker or anything. We just felt he just grew as I did. I realized that okay, ivan vandu he's dark, he's got dark humor, avarku vandu he's menacing, but he's very slimy, he's very konjam he's an eccentric guy. அவன் வந்து கொஞ்சம் crooked-ஆ இருப்பான். அவன் பண்ணுற விஷயங்கள் எல்லாமே oh my god, oh wow, what was that, அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கணும். So I realized that அப்போ there's a lot of comedy, dark humor I can get in, and I realized that dark humor will eventually work in the theatre because you have them engrossed, you take them through a script, they are there, but when you have them up when they're chuckling or when they think, it always works. And this came naturally. I didn't have to push it with the character even when he does something. But there are so many sequences you won't believe. There's one particular sequence like when Nayanthara points the gun at me and she whistles. The moment at love, the moment she does it, he'll first be shocked, then he'll go oh, he'll do that and then he'll say ஆச்சரியமானால் உண்மை என்ன சொல்லும் நம்ப surprise ஆச்சரியமானால் உண்மை. And that one thing made that scene became loves again. And the director told me, sir, this is one scene where she has to get like the protagonists have to win in this sequence. This guy is winning continuously. There you have to go down. And the sequence vacha neenga thirupiyum. So we edited that because it came out so la. Nayanthara விழுந்து சிரிச்சாங்க, கூட இருந்தவங்க எல்லாரும் they found it so it's cute, no? And this guy says oh, he says oh wow. And so like that there are certain things you have to do for the script. But ivardu enna ayichna, anything he did was like heroic. Like he's the antagonist, but eventually he becomes like the hero. It's a story of two people. He's hardly there in the film. Actually, if you notice, second half la da irukar. First half la he comes in one scene. Kani you feel that he overpassed. That fellow will do like Akhil can do 10 fights, dance 3 songs, romance 5 heroines, do so many scenes. I mean, this guy has to just look at him once and gone. Right. Like that one look and he's done.
Right. Akhilan ko love ko பயங்கர கான்ட்ராஸ்ட் இருக்குல்ல. பட் டப்பிங் ஆல்சோ உங்களுக்கு பயங்கரமா எஃபர்ட் எடுத்து பண்ண வேண்டியதா இருந்திருக்கும். So how did you manage dubbing for?
It was, see, for me நான் முன்னாடிலாம் கேட்பாங்க நீங்க அவ்வளோ டப்பிங் பண்ணிக்கலாம். எனக்கு I've never felt like I've already dubbed. I've dubbed for Prabhudeva and Kadalan, Premakkudu, then I've dubbed for Abbas and all his films. I dubbed for Vineet, I dubbed for Venkatesh Garu and Shanakshanam in Tamil, Satya for Chakravarti I did in Tamil. So எனக்கு வந்து always I felt that dignity of labor, no? It's never, I thought dubbing is a craft. It's like cinematography, it's like whatever, and I knew that whatever I'm doing then will stand me in good stead now. So I used to experiment a lot till today. So I wouldn't say it was not easy at all. It was very difficult because every time I'm trying to make it like in the character is like he's different. I had to hold my throat and do it. Every dialogue I used to cough after that. Like one line if I say, I'll have a bout of coughing. Deentlo, what I tried was like I wanted his voice. The problem was both of them are bass. Akhil is tough. This guy, I didn't want him to have a girly voice. So I was not sure about the way he looked because daadiyoda da irundha, I had all the mannerisms. Then I got it. That voice வந்து என்னன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. I was thinking okay, dubbingல பண்றபோது பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம், அந்த விஷுவலோட பார்க்கலாம், ஏன்னா ப்ளே பண்ணி தெரியும் work out. But I realized beginningலயே வந்து அவன தின்ன வாய்ஸ் கொடுத்தா it looked too fake. So let's make him really bass and have that karagara and like guttural kind of thing. And this guy had to be bass because he's tough. So I made him more bass. He'll say something like Malaysia எனக்கு அந்த இதெல்லாம் வேணும். So that will be very close to love. So love I had to make it like welcome to my world. Like I played along with the lower keys and all that. And it was very difficult because I was not talking normal. Like welcome to my world. That's different. I'm doing one staccato kind of a thing. Like he says, Akhil, இப்போ என்னோட சேர்ந்துட்டு நாங்கள் 2 பேரும் கலாம். See, so அதுவும் பிடிக்கணும், வாய்ஸும் பிடிக்கணும், then lip sync. But இதில் கூட okay. I dubbed for Telugu because I felt I had to, the character's voice was the main thing about him. எல்லாரும் படம் பார்த்து they were already like tripping on him. நான் டப் பண்ண பிறகு they said, sir, இது வேற மாதிரி இருக்கு because of the voice. So Telugu, I wanted that to happen. So when I dubbed, it became very difficult because Telugu is a language எனக்கு தெரியாத language. So அதில் வந்து language பிடிக்கணும், sync பிடிக்கணும், emotion பிடிக்கணும், அது தப்பா see there's a way of talking no இப்போ வந்து நம்ம ரெண்டு பேரும் கலாம் எனக்கு தெரியுது அது வந்து தமிழ் தான் ஏன்னா எனக்கு தமிழ் தெரியும் ஆனா தெலுங்குல வந்து மேமெதுரோ what something what something quotas what akhil whatever that word I didn't know if it could be adugapadalam something he said I didn't know whether you can is that the way to say it. It was very difficult. There are 5 layers. So sometimes voice வரும் sync போய்டும் sync வரும் dialogue போய்டும் emotion போய்டும் பக்காவா இருக்கும் கேட்டால ஐயோ அவன் பேஸே வரல அகில் மாதிரி இருக்கு one more so like that it was very difficult.
So எவ்வளோ நாளைக்கு நீங்க டப் பண்ணீங்க?
அதுதான் பிரச்சனை. இது வந்து I did it for about 10 days Tamil 15 days I did or 10 days இது வந்து 2 days 1.5 days I didn't have time because I was going release time I was going to New York வேற வழி இல்ல நான் போயிட்டு வரதுக்கு
full day and night நீங்க full
no daily I'll keep on doing எனக்கு கரெக்ட்டா வர வரைக்கும் so what I did in 10 days which is more difficult Telugu is more difficult but I did in 1.5 days and I was thinking முடியாது வேணா அது பண்ணலனா தப்பா இருக்கும்
right so this is not the first time நீங்க ஒரு raw agent play பண்ணது தாண்டவம்லயும் பண்ணீங்க but almost contrast
very different.
yeah very different but you seem to be at ease with you know playing such characters do you really enjoy doing hardcore action
yeah I love see there are so many things factors about acting I love doing these stylish roles I love doing masala commercial roles I love doing that like mavane like you know that those kind of roles with style then I like to do villainy see cinema has that no it gives you that power to push it to at any particular and there's no boundary like idukulla dhaan pannonnu so which is why I thought see a lot of people have played love you actually don't know if it's transgender is he gay is he a cross dresser I mean what is he you don't know but there is a stereotype surrounding a character like that and everybody's played it one way you know and I wanted to play it in a way which is not connected to anybody only then it will succeed adhe jese avanga pannitaanga andha mari so that was a challenge and likewise stylish ah pandrumbodhu adu or challenge ipo kandasa malana I'm very stylish and again when you see he's also like a police officer again when you see Thandavam he can't be stylish he had to be very real but I wanted him to be a little stylish when I did this I wanted style but I wanted him so rugged that careless style it's like he's combed his hair that way but it shouldn't look like he's like actually someone who can he's a metrosexual male who sits in front of a mirror and he just wears whatever he gets he's not bothered he's very scruffy and so I wanted that beard which is the very in thing in the world right now it's universal so we had that look the comb over and we had the pointed beard and all that but though there was style he was very rugged and nonchalant so we wanted that while love is very coiffed everything about him is like from his nail polish to he's constantly touching up or doing makeup or he's only looking at the mirror all the time see these are all though it was not conscious while doing the characters I'll feel that no I felt I needed to be in front of the mirror half the time he's in front of the mirror he's looking at himself or he's putting nail polish or you know he's that kind of well this guy is not
so what's
bothered.
the fun part of playing a spy
it's very fun no it's like there's always this element of intrigue like you don't know what's going to happen next and there's action and if you can pull off all this with style but I'm sure like Thandavam there would be something where I don't need style but I'd still need to look nice or there are different ways and I want every time next time again I do a raw agent if I have to do I'll make sure they don't reflect any of these like what I've done till now
so you've actually played as a blind singer in Kasi and then in Pitamagan autistically challenged and then if you look at Deve Tirumugal you have actually played the boy with 6-year-old who was 6-year-old no so
Down syndrome,
so and contrast la Irumugan Setu idu mari padanga so both of them are demanding and challenging but which one did you actually feel more pressure
in which movie
I mean when you look at films I mean ஐலெல்லாம் double roles அப்படி பண்ணிருக்கீங்க அந்த சேது அதுவும் demanding but உங்களுக்கு
you mean in contrast to Sami Gemini and அந்த மாதிரி சொல்றீங்களா I think both are see what you play your character and what you present on screen whether it's actually it's more difficult playing a Sami or a see actually if you see Sami Dil Dul Kandasamy Gemini they could have been played by Vikram I could have been Vikram and gotten away with it but I've tried to do something else and each one there's a performance that is more difficult than doing this but that doesn't mean that this is very difficult but enna what you're presenting to the audience, how you want them to see you, that is very difficult getting it there. Whether you're doing a Sami or whether you're doing a Pitamagan or whether you're doing Love or whether you're doing what you want them to perceive, what you want them to see is very difficult.
Right.
Like there's a specific reason you're doing a movie or a role. So you're doing it because you want them to see you in a particular way. Getting there is very difficult because you want them to enjoy that or appreciate that.
Right.
So in any way it's difficult. Like Samina kuda can't just do it just like that. You'll become like anything else, anybody else.
Right.
So adum konjam special ah pannom. Ana overact பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஓவரும் பண்ணக்கூடாது, கம்மியும் பண்ணக்கூடாது. It becomes இது.
Yeah. So unga filmography paatha actually interesting roles and commercial film, and then you switch over. So is it like a conscious decision because you want to give ample time to your body and mind to recover, because you put in so much for every character? So,
yeah, I mean that would be nice, but no, not like that. What I try to do is இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு படம் பண்ண பிறகு just like how I wanted with Akhil and Love, different-ஆ இருக்கணுன்ற மாதிரி அடுத்த படம் அதுக்கு சம்பந்தமே இல்லாம இருக்கணுன்ற மாதிரி நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணுவேன். இப்படி பண்ணலாமா, வேற ஒன்று பண்ணிட்டல, break that. Like they've seen you like that, now suddenly they see you playing something very cool. But a lot of times that hasn't worked for me because அந்த ஹெவி இது பார்த்த உடனே இல்லை, ஆடியன்ஸ் வாண்ட் மோர். அப்போ நான் வந்து கொஞ்சம் லைட்டாக போகும்போது இல்லை, தே லைக் பத்தில், it's like you had this lovely biryani and excellent lunch, you have that, and then somebody just comes and gives you, okay, now you just have this dosa and something, and you're like, what? Like if you go for a wedding, let me say lunch அப்படி கொடுத்துட்டு டின்னர் வந்து இருந்தாங்க இந்த 2 இட்லி, or they just given you some தயிர் சாதம். That தயிர் சாதம் will be the best தயிர் சாதம் in the world, but you're suddenly like, you feel like you're cheated, or I mean, are these people okay? அந்த மாதிரி. So அந்த ஒரு இது இருக்கு, that risk is always there.
Right. So நீங்க பண்ற படங்கள்லாம் பயங்கர பாடி டைம் எஃபர்ட் எல்லாமே டிமாண்டிங் ஃபில்ம்ஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ ஐ பார்த்தா நீங்க ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 3 years ஒர்க் பண்ணீங்க அந்த படம் மேலே. ஸோ லுக்கிங் பேக், do you think all that effort was worth it? What is the take back for you?
I would do it 100 times over. In fact, again, if I got a chance, initially I thought I won't be able to do it. But suppose there's an alternative when you do, okay, second part ஒன்று பண்ணலாம், வேறு மாதிரி பண்ணலாம், I'll get into it. Like I'll think, okay, அதுவே அப்படி பண்ணோன்னா இப்போ இது வேறு என்ன பண்ணலாம்,
ஒரு சென்ஸ் ஆஃப் அச்சீவ்மெண்ட் மாதிரியா?
It's not about sense of achievement. It's for me. எனக்கு வந்து always, I am my worst critic. எனக்கு வந்து என்ன சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை பண்ணுறது கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம். நான் சில ஸ்டோரிஸ் கேட்டிருக்கேன், ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும், நான் சொன்னேன் சாரி சார் இது வந்து ஹிட் ஆகும் ஆனால் என்னால் பண்ண முடியாது, ஐ வாண்ட் டு டூ சம்திங் மோர் இன் இட் அண்ட் ஐ டோன்ட் see that happening. எனக்கு அந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ ஐ லவ் பெர்ஃபார்மிங். நான் என்ன ஃபீல் பண்ணேன், அச்சீவ்மெண்ட், ஐ திங்க் ஐ மீன் at the risk of sounding immodest, when you go on the streets, people come and appreciate me for acting, அவர் நடிச்சிருவார், அந்த that's already there. But எனக்கு என்னன்னா, and money வந்து I always feel, அந்த ஒரு 2 lakhsக்கு அப்புறம் இல்லை வந்தது எல்லாம் பாக்கெட் மணி தான். It doesn't matter. அதை வச்சு என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? இன்னும் ஒரு கார் வாங்க முடியும், ஒரு வீடு வாங்க, that's it. It's like finally that happiness you feel, like maybe as you as a presenter or me as a thing or somebody as a painter or a poet. When someone is painting, the painter, like let me say MF Hussain வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், அவர் வந்து பயங்கர இஸ் செல்லிங் சச் ரிச், அவ்வளோ காஸ்ட்லி அவர் இது. பட் அவர் பெயிண்ட் பண்ணுற போதில் ஓகே இந்த ரெட்டுக்கு பதிலாக இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு ஆரஞ்சு போட்டால் இன்னும் ஒரு 2 லட்சம் கிடைக்குமான்னு நினைக்க மாட்டார். இட்ஸ் a trip. Once he starts painting, it's a trip. He sells the movie obviously. I mean the painting, he makes money, அதெல்லாம் வேறு விஷயம். It's a trip for him. It's for me, it's like that. It's a trip. Like I don't think, okay, இது வந்தால் இது இவங்களுக்கு பிடிக்கும், இது அப்படி கிடையாது. எனக்கு வந்து it's like one slow poison that's just taken over and made me crazy.
Right. So no one is actually believing your age, okay, and age doesn't even seem to catch up with you. So no one can believe that you have a daughter and you just got her married.
Not married. She's got
engaged. Yeah, sorry.
2 years.
Yeah. So is it like do you ever feel that while working, or directors and producers are always approaching you with scripts that give you a bigger challenge each time?
I'll just keep going. எனக்கு வந்து I've never really given it much thought actually. எனக்கு என்னன்னா, I've always felt like a 23-year-old எப்போமே. Then after a few years I started thinking I'm a 36-year. I stopped at 36. After that I never went beyond that. எனக்கு வந்து mentally I'm just there. And I also feel that age is what, how old you think you are is your age. It's not about, and age is just a number. Like எனக்கு வந்து எப்போமே I feel like somebody, I know that I can do push-ups as much as better than a 25-year-old. I can run faster, or I can do pull-ups, and I can jump. I can have the energy that I have. இப்போ நீ காலையில இருந்து சாயந்தரம் வரைக்கும், you have 2 days of every time people come back and saying how did you get that energy? That same energy that you feel in one first interview in the morning will be happening in the evening at or even at 10 o'clock in the night. Nadula, I'd have gone for theatre visits, I'd have come back. எனக்கு வந்து that energy nobody has. That I feel, that is only my age.
Right.
That is like you could have a 20-year-old who's like, அன்னைக்கு நான் எதிர ஏர்போர்ட்ல இருக்கும்போது one guy is telling something, they were just talking, they didn't know it's me. I was like wearing a mask and I was just standing. பக்கத்தில் பேசிட்டு இருக்கான். அவன் சொல்கிறான் கிரிக்கெட் நான் விளையாடலப்பா, 32 வயசானதுக்கப்புறம் வயசாயிடுச்சுப்பா இப்போலாம் நம்ம. I was like, what? Like, what's wrong with you? I mean, you're in your peak. Why is it like that? Why do you let go?
Yeah.
It's not, you don't think like that, no?
Yeah. இருமுகன் இங்கோக்கடு பார்த்து வீட்டில் என்ன சொன்னாங்க? Almost
வீட்டில் வந்து they loved it. Like
Sir,
everybody loved,
water.
that's okay. Everybody loved, no, I've been talking too much. Everybody loved love. Everybody loved the way the story played out. And but finally for my wife and all that, no, like it's a huge hit. I think that translates into like what you perform, what you do, அதெல்லாம் விட்டுருங்க. What criticism, like movie வந்து ஆஹா ஓஹோன்னு இருக்குலாம் அதெல்லாம் விட்டுருங்க. படம் வந்து அங்கே பாக்ஸ் ஆஃபீஸில் எப்படி இருக்குது. எனக்கு என்னென்னா இப்போது ஆந்திராவுக்கு வந்துட்டு I met these people here and we had the success show where we didn't have the heroines, director யாருமே இல்லை, நான் மட்டும்தான் இருக்கேன். And all the special guests were distributors. அவங்க யாருமே எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச மேட்டர் யாருமே சினிமா பற்றி பேசவே இல்லை. இவர் இப்படி பண்ணார், இந்த படம் எப்படி இருக்குது. எல்லோரும் வந்து சார் ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் சார் இவ்வளோ இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண சார், ஃபஸ்ட் டேவே எனக்கு வந்துச்சு சார் எல்லாம் ஓவர்ஃப்ளோ, தேர்ட் டே வந்துச்சு சார் எல்லாம் ஓவர்ஃப்ளோ. நான் என்னை பற்றி ஏதாவது என்ன பற்றி சொல்கிறாரு எல்லாருமே ஒட்டுமொத்தம் ஆல் தி டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட்டர். அவ்வளோ எல்லாரும் சொன்னாங்க இந்த டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன் எதுக்கு போகிறேன்ட்டு வந்துட்டேன், நல்லா சம்பாதிக்கிறீங்க, ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம், ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸுங்க, உங்களுக்கு கோயில் கட்டி கும்பிடணும். Then I was thinking it was so beautiful because nobody said about the movie nothing. It became money, translated into money. ஃபைனலி தான் நான் சொன்னேன், நமக்கு வந்து ஒரு நல்ல கேரக்டர் நல்ல படம் கிடைக்கும், அது ஒரு சந்தோஷம் இன்னும் இருக்காதுன்னு நினைப்போம். ஆனால் அதை விட சந்தோஷம் தியேட்டரில் உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்கும்போது அது ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குது, அது ஒரு சந்தோஷம். ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கிற ஆடியன்ஸ் அப்படி ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா தட் இஸ் த கிரேட்டஸ்ட் ஹாப்பினஸ். பட் அதை விட சந்தோஷம்னா ஒரு ஸ்டேஜில் when distributors and producers come and say அப்பா நான் இவ்வளோ காசு போட்டால் நான் இவ்வளோ வருதுன்னு நினைக்கிற போது இஸ் த மோஸ்ட் பியூட்டிஃபுல் திங். ஸோ மை வைஃப் ஆல்சோ இஸ் ஃபீலிங் தட் வே. ஐ எம் ஆல்சோ லைக் eventually it boils down to that, no, whether you act or don't act, whether you're stylish or not, whether you do masala or not, finally when the movie is a hit and it's doing great, and I'm so happy with the response that this is getting. It's like it's pepped me up, and I like next movie I was supposed to do something and I was happy about it. Now after this I feel no, I don't want to do that script, I want to do something more powerful.
Right. So Andhra and Telangana also have welcomed you from the beginning, you know, of your career. What do you have to talk to the audience of Telugu?
Telugu ఎప్పుడో they see me like a lot of people actually నన్ను అడుగుతారు are you Telugu అంటే నేను లేదండి నేను తమిళ్ కాదండి నేను తమిళ్ అంటాను. But the way they appreciate, I've always felt Andhra fans are some of the greatest fans in the world. The theatre response when you go to them now, it's so beautiful and so encouraging and so infectious. You feel charged, like you feel little down now theatre లోపల వెళ్ళి బయటికి వస్తే I think it's enough to keep you going for a year అలాంటి. And the response, the way they like performance, no?
Right.
Something very unique and very nice. And Oka picture ki I've been getting such wonderful feedback, and I'm very happy that Inkokkadu is not just about city people liking the movie. Even we went like all over, and the response I'm getting is so good. And thanks Andy Andariki, and it's anta beautiful ga oka feeling andi nenu మీకు మీ ఒక పిక్చర్కి అంత ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తున్నారు, నా కెరియర్కి అంత ఇంపార్టెన్స్ అంత ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ ఎప్పుడో ఇచ్చారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ ఫర్ దాట్.
I'm curious to know, Maniratnam, Bala, avaroda work panni, the directors whom everybody reverse. Is there a strategy, or how do you approach a pakka commercial film?
Bala was a new director, first time director. Shankar Mani sir are the best. Enna they approach you for something, no? Like Mani sir and Shankar sir both approached me for characters that are very potent. Ravanan is to date like one of my best performances and most realistic, and Shankar sir's Aparichutudu and I again is like the greatest characters I've ever done. So I think it's because performance, I think these directors don't go to a star and say okay let's do a film for a star. Right. They look for in the padam it requires a star, in the padam requires a performer, Premakkudu requires a dancer, you know, it's like that. So when they require a performer they come to me. So it's not like big directors I choose them. I'd love to work with all the best directors like any other actor, So, excuse me, it's not a conscious, it's a conscious effort. I mean, we always want to work in good scripts and good directors. So, when it falls in place, I think it's very beautiful.
Do you treat every film that you do as a matter of life and death? Because you give an impression that you take your work very seriously. So, who's the real Vikram? Finally, that is what I would want to know.
Real Vikram is Kenny. What I'm at home, that's... And normally when you meet me also, I think Vikram eppudu meer chustarante when I go to the location. Appudu caravan, 10 bodyguards, 5 assistants. Alage nena full ga I'll be like that. That's the only time you see me as Vikram. But akkada kuda when I'm talking to the unit people, I'll become Kenny. I'm always Kenny. I'm a normal person. My friends, my family, appudu cheptaru, you should become a star, behave like a star. You are a star. Kani, I am not a star. Now I'm an actor and I'm a normal person. I'm a normal father, normal friend. I'm a normal human being, which may impress people, may not impress people, but that makes me most happy and comfortable.
Kenny sir, உங்களை பார்த்தா எப்போதுமே எல்லாரும் ஒரு ஃபைட்டர் அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லுவாங்க. Someone who struggled for like 26 years, you saw the ups and downs. So what has been the most humbling experience in this whole journey?
But the 26 years, not even correcta solri. The most humbling. We have had some lot of really memorable moments, some really like I've had high peaks and very low downs. Nanna, some really nice things happen. Like I can say a few. Like one would be like Amitabh Abhishek is a great friend of mine. He introduced me to his father, and we were there on the set. Somewhere he was on a set, and I was shooting the next set. And I came and I was just talking. Suddenly his father came in. Bunty or Bubbly said, and he said, "Appa, this is Vikram." He said, "Oh, hello," and he walked off. Then he stopped. He came back. The Vikram? I said, "Sir, you're the actor." He said, "Yeah." You did that animal movie. I said, no. Sami, Dhool. He mentioned Gemini. He mentioned 5 films of mine. And he said that animal. I said, Pita Magan. I said, sir, you've seen my films? Do I have a choice? This guy plays only your music in the car. If I come home, it's only your CD playing. I had to see all your films. And that was such a, I mean, Amitabh Bachchan when I felt. Then one other thing, when I did a friend, a compatriot of mine from cinema, he's an actor. He called me, I was in Dubai, and he said, sir, வெளியில் வந்த ஒரே ஒரு தாட் தான், இந்த மனுஷங்கிட்ட நீங்கள் வந்து இந்த கேரக்டருக்காக கொஞ்சம் செத்துருவீங்களான்னு யாராச்சும் சொன்னால், கொஞ்சம் செத்துருவீங்கன்னா ஓகே இருங்க அந்த டப்பிங் முடிச்சுட்டு நான் செத்துட்டான்னு சொல்வீங்க. ஐ செட் தட் அகேன் லைக் ஃப்ரம் அன் ஆக்டர். நோ மை காட், இட்ஸ் லைக் I actually I don't know if I would do that. I would also, I think. But the most like adu one. Then another thing which was it was Rajni sir, when I did the trailer vandittu adukapra I did that beast on stage. I came and did it, and he saw it and he said, there is no actor, not Tamil or I mean South India or Hindi or Bollywood, for a role he would do anything. There is no actor but you in the world. I mean, coming from Rajni sir, and it took a lot. It takes a lot for an actor to tell another actor, and that made him like even more greater in my eyes. But that is something that I always, whenever I see him, whenever I think of him, I think, wow, what a man! Like it's such a nice thing to tell an actor who tries a lot. Like,
right. So Abhishek Bachchan சொன்னீங்க, ஞாபகம் வந்தது. சூர்யா, அபிஷேக் பச்சன் எல்லாரோடையும் work பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. So do we see you in multi-starrers again?
For me, always. Suppose let me say, Irumuganla, I wasn't the hero and Love was the other character, I would have definitely played Love. It's like that. It doesn't matter to me. But here I felt the challenge was me playing 2 characters and making them look different.
Right.
It added to the charm. Suppose it had been only me as Love and thing, they would have said, hey Vikram Muchadu, but now when you see that guy and then you see this guy and you forget that this guy is me. You travel with Akhilan and you think there's some villain in the movie.
Right.
That helped me. But I definitely.
Right. So on that note, I part ways with you now, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Vrinda, for your very, very interesting question. Just before we started the interview, Vrinda, my person asked her, "You know, our interview from your either will you ask different?" Which she said, "No, the questions will be something else." They were very different, very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Such a pleasure.
And I'm sorry that I didn't troll you the way I trolled the other person. You wanted to get trolled. Yes, they say that on camera. You wanted to because that's fun. But then you're asking me such nice questions, and I like the mood of the interview, and I didn't want to spoil it.
Thank you.
Next interview we'll have only trolling.
Done.
I'll
Deal.
do it in
That should
style
happen
like
in Chennai, hopefully.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
But lovely talking to you.
Lovely talking to you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.